What's up, YouTube? What's up, family? Guys, welcome back to the channel. You know, that everyone is excellent. You know, guys, thank you for the love and the support. My name is Dwight, and it's a great pleasure to have you here. So, guys, if you are new to the channel, I welcome you. If you are returning, welcome back. So, guys, today we're going to be diving into Elvis Presley and the black community. That echo will never die. All right, so this is my first time diving into that, guys. I don't know what it is all about. But I've heard a lot about Elvis Presley um, connections with black people because Elvis Presley was raised in a black community, or well, a black neighborhood in Mississippi, and so I'm excited to see what this is all about. All right, so guys, before we go to the video, I would like you to take some time, to like, subscribe, and share with your friends and your family. You know that might just make some more this day. So, without any further ado, let's dive right in.
I thought he was a very beautiful, and still is, a
Green?
very beautiful person, and his memories shall probably forever
God.
live on.
Well, you ain't never gonna rabbit. You ain't no friend of mine.
There is no room in this city for the vulgar performances of Elvis Presley.
It's shocking. I watched him gyrate his legs and swivel his hips.
Vulgar?
And our parent-teachers group feels he should not be on television.
We've set up a 20-man committee
We're so white customers only?
do away with this vulgar, animalistic, nigger rock and roll bop.
What? Did he just say what I think he did? He just used the N-word, man. Whoa! My God, man. And that's why they say that echo will never die. My God, they said the behavior was vulgar. Oh my God, man. Praise God, man, I'm in these times.
Our committee will check with the restaurant owners and the cafes to see what Presley records is on their machines, and then ask them to do away with them.
You've learned anything from the criticism leveled at you?
No freaking way.
Because I don't feel that I'm doing anything wrong.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog. The crying all the time.
Rock and roll has got to go. And go it does at KWK. We're all through playing rock and roll records. This week is record-breaking week here at KWK. And after this week, no more rock and roll will be played on the air.
The obscenity and vulgarity of the rock and roll music is obviously a means by which the white man and his children can be driven to the level with a nigger. It is obviously nigger music.
Everybody mostly turned him down. And because first thing, he had Negroes' ways. This is what they didn't, really at that time, they didn't want to accept.
By
Stevie Wonder?
black performers.
What?
And he, in essence, because of at that particular time, the kind of backwards mental capability that many people had as judging a person because of the color of their skin is somewhat still does exist. But back then it was worse, and he actually, because of him being a Caucasian brother, he was able to do away with that whole thing.
He's 77-year-old.
No, man. Stevie Wonder is so freaking young there. How old was Stevie Wonder? My God, guy, this is my first time seeing Stevie Wonder, that age. All how I see Stevie Wonder, he's all grown up, man. My God. Oh, bring it back. Let's continue.
To do away with that whole thing.
He's 77-year-old Early Wright, a disc jockey at radio station WROX in Clarksdale for 45 years.
Hi there. Pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How do you do? This is your soul man to be with you until I get through. I want you to stand by. Don't have no fear. Following Jay's show, should I play one like this one from out of here? Elvis Presley.
Elvis's songs still get good play on Wright's program among the blues, gospel, and jazz recordings that are its staples. It was almost 40 years ago when Elvis drove down to Clarksdale from Memphis with a record and asked him to play it.
and I had been playing his record, and I had never seen him before, and I was amazed to see him. When he introduced himself to being Elvis Presley, then I went all to pieces over him. Then he and I started talking. I used to be the manager of a gospel group called the Four Star Quartet.
Okay.
And I could listen to a man sing a hymn. I could listen to a man sometime talk. I did that. And I could pick him out whether he could fit in my group. And talking to Elvis Presley, I could see a great future in him.
Nice.
It's no accident that Wright recognized Elvis's strong gospel roots. Here at the East Trigg Baptist Church in Memphis, older members of the congregation remember Elvis joining in with the choir while in high school. These were rousing sessions led by the charismatic pastor, the Reverend W. Herbert Brewster.
Now I see where the gospel came from.
People in the South, and to whose throat God has pressed down a harp of 1,000 strings, it only needed tuning. Elvis's voice was that type of voice that agreed with the thought of Calvary. He had that kind of bent and inclination and attitude that suggested that God could use him. I gave the music a different approach, a new beat.
Oh, nice.
I knew that it wasn't going to hurt if I said, "Must Jesus bear the cross alone," whether I've said with one beat, two beat, whether I've said it high or low. And I told them, "Come on in here and put your stuff together." They came in here, and it was a glorious experience, and Elvis was in that group.
Elvis came out with a style of his own, and it was very creative. And once he got into it, and you got that feel, Elvis just took off like a late freight. And with Elvis doing this kind of music, gave an injection to black music that no other artist had ever done.
Beautiful.
It was like an earthquake in my neighborhood. The whole place was shaking when he came on. And I said, how did a person possess that kind of power? That it even comes off the TV and grabbed me in this ghetto neighborhood.
Elvis took my Tutti Frutti, and I was very disgusted. But by him singing it, he really made it bigger and made me bigger.
During those days, if it was a white artist doing something, they would just say, they don't like our blacks and we don't like them either. He's nothing but a copycat. But Elvis Presley, when he came on, chicks was screaming and going crazy, and it was like in any other neighborhood. And I said, this guy's got something going, man.
Elvis had something that made him sound like he truly meant it, and that's what made a lot of people like myself like him.
I think Elvis had lots of soul. He appealed to black people. He definitely had to have soul in order to do that.
I think there's ever been an artist that when his name went on the marquee, they knew he was coming. People came from all over the world. I never heard of that.
Elvis did a lot of stuff that, rappers do these days.
He had the bling. You gotta have the bling when you're from Memphis.
He had the bling, he had a Cadillac, he had like a gangster in it.
Okay.
As the snow flies on a cold and gray Chicago morning, a poor little baby child is born in the ghetto.
The song also resonates with people who've only met Elvis through his songs.
Elvis talking about the hood, they're talking about where we come from.
Paul Beauregard and Jordan Houston are the Oscar-winning rap duo 3-6 Mafia. They grew up just 2 blocks from Graceland in one of Memphis's poorest neighborhoods.
Okay.
I want a CD scratcher.
My mom.
I never heard of these guys. 3-6. Okay. All right. I'm learning some new stuff here. Now, so this is the reason why they say that Elvis Presley has the nigger, sorry, the Negro behavior, the attitude. Because come on, man, you. All right. For instance, guys, I have a goat, a kid. So the mom died. Since the mom died, I have this baby goat, the kid, and it's all over the place, man. It's in the house. It's when it don't see me, it cries so much until I come to get it, So this is I don't even know. I don't even know what to say, because growing up in a as a white man growing up in a black neighborhood, in a black community, what do you expect? So what do they have to say about it now? Um, what he turned out to be, who he turned out to be. He wasn't a thug, but still, let's say that his behavior, his was vulgar. The way he gyrated his legs, and come on, man, that's sexy. Oh, guys, let's continue watching because there's so much to say
I
about
used to
that.
always listen to this song when I was young. He talked about, things that she went through. She had my mom had a bunch of kids, like 9 kids. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get somebody to listen to your song. You talk about what they know about and what they want to hear.
Yeah.
And she know about the ghetto, because, she lived in the ghetto.
In the ghetto.
That's it.
And his mama cries. But if there's one thing that she don't need, it's another hungry mouth to feed in the ghetto.
After we find the part on the record that we want to use, we sample it into the drum machine or the keyboard. That way we can loop it like.
My first line says, first I'm broke, so I hang out with the rat and roach. It's still broke, so I'm sleeping on apartment floors. So it's just like the struggle, what's going on in the hood. First I'm broke, so I hang out with the rat and roach. It's still broke, so I'm sleeping on apartment floors. And I was off beat, but it's all good, cause it's on TV. maybe do some edits, make me look cool, maybe put my name in the credits.
Nice, man. Nice.
Once we have all that ready, we load it into the drum machine and then pay out.
So he starts to roam the streets at night, and he learns how to steal, and he learns how to fight in the ghetto.
Survival is an everyday task. Watching your back for the man wearing the mask. I say you might get stuck if you in the hood looking like it came up.
Wow.
Old school whips, high off the ground, right beside a player hill. It ain't as bad as it seems. We still stay fly, looking so clean.
First I'm broke, so I hang out with the rat and roach. And still broke, cause I'm sleeping on apartment floors. The junkies get up, kick, when they smoke a brick. I never seen a drug dealer ever call it quits. The hood struggle is to make it, gotta get the change. See, every day is like a dark cloud full of rain. The feds tapping for it's dangerous when you hood trapping. So don't get lost in the sauce, slinging cold crackling.
Wow, man, that's cool. Wow, I'm getting goosebumps. Wow.
So help your brother along the way, no matter where he starts. But the same God that made you made him too. These men with broken hearts.
Wow.
During the 60s and early 70s, when tensions between blacks and whites were at an all-time high, Elvis demonstrated his desire for racial reconciliation in the musicians that he chose and the treatment they received.
When we first decided to take the gig with Elvis, we had no idea that there would be any racial flack regarding it. Our first racial encounter was when we went to Texas. Elvis was told by his people that, well, you can leave the black girls home. You don't have to bring them. So Elvis wasn't going to do the Astrodome unless his girls could be with him.
Okay.
And he demanded that we be given the star treatment. We had to be in our convertible where everybody could see us.
Wow.
And our little blonde could drive us. And that was his statement.
Nice.
You don't like it? Deal
Sleep
with
by
it.
it. Sleep by it.
I'm not going to be there.
Oh, suck it.
And I thought that was very big of him.
When I joined the group in 1972, they took a big chance because there were no blacks in contemporary or Southern gospel music, and I was the first one, and it made all the headlines and everything. It was in Billboard and all the newspapers in Tennessee. And my first time meeting Elvis was, he had a folder full of clippings of things that he had read about me. As a matter of fact, the Imperials brought me to his suite, and he gave me this folder with all the clippings, and he personally welcomed me into the family. And for a guy who, didn't really know where he stood. This was very important, that he acknowledged my presence and, made me feel very much a part of what we were all doing. And right away, he treated me like he'd known me for years. He gave me one of those TCB chains and everything, and I was just one of the guys, and I never forgot that.
And I've been around him with other people of color, and I've only seen him give love. He was very generous to people that he didn't even know.
Nice.
You didn't have to be of any racial persuasion for him to love you.
And you know how rumors get started when there's a big star or something. The people will start rumors. Well, he doesn't like this kind of people, or he doesn't like those people or that people. And I never got that from him.
But Elvis is a whole nother thing. I think it's scary to even be compared to people in that, like, because he's such a big talent, and in his absence, of course he's bigger than in his presence. And music marks time, so in this time period, what Elvis was to his period would be something totally different. Well, I think rock and roll, what he brought to Vegas is more than rock and roll. I think it's just so much going on out here on the entertainment front. Like right now, you'll see the likes of Celine Dion and Tony Braxton. It's a lot going out here. As far as rock and roll is concerned, it's great. Elvis Presley was able to do things that haven't been able to be duplicated to this day.
Okay.
Black American music influenced Elvis. The fact that people say, well, he's the king of it all, king of rock and roll, is a slap in the face to those that made the music possible in the first place. Not to say he wasn't brilliant. I think he was a fantastic, talented singer.
I don't think.
Whoa. Man, that's deep, man. What he just said. Wow. Oh, I would bring that back. I'm gonna bring that back. Wow, that was deep, man.
Black American music influenced Elvis. The fact that people say, well, he's the king of it all, king of rock and roll, is a slap in the face to those that made the music possible in the first place. Not to say he wasn't brilliant. I think he was a fantastic, talented singer.
I don't think he ripped them off. I think once something has been exposed, anyone can add or take from it if they like. He was just so great, so popular, so hot, so anything that he played, it became a hit. To me, they didn't make a mistake when they called him the king.
Only thing I want to know, was he my friend? Did I enjoy him as a performer? Did he give the world of entertainment something? Yes, on all counts.
Yes.
And that's the name of that tune.
Right.
He was a bundle of energy set to music. And that echo will never die.
It will never die. Oh my God. Wow, that is so beautiful. Now, guys, over the years, I've been hearing that I heard it there again, my own ears, Elvis like songs were like black people songs, and he took the songs, and he's the one been getting recognition for all this, and this is what the guy just said, so however Elvis profiting from the songs that they created while they struggle for the equal recognition. Now, excuse me, Elvis Presley respected black music, because it wasn't just surface level. He stayed true, he stayed connected, even the gospel, and for being rooted in the black church, he had that experience, and his influence, guys, and impact on music, especially in blending blues, gospel, and rock, guys. It continues. It is still resonating. Now, that's why the guy just said, that echo, as you said, will never die. That's amazing. Guys, I'm so glad that I dived into that today. A lot of information. Um, um, well, I didn't know much about that. I've only heard like rumors, and then I say it for myself. So I'm gonna leave the original link down in my description, so you guys can go and take a look. Feel free, leave your suggestions, engage with the audience, guys, because you know we're all about that on the channel. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share for friends and your fans. So I'll see you back on the channel. Have yourselves a wonderful day, guys. Stay safe out there and share the love. Peace out. I love y'all.